What's up YouTube? This is Drew from Not2Nerdy. Today's vlog we're going to talk about Double Fine's Kickstarter project. If you guys aren't familiar with Double Fine, they're the developers of Brutal Legend, Psychonauts, Iron Brigade, and basically what happened with the studio was they basically they're in trouble right now in terms of trying to find money to develop their next project because it got canceled. And if you guys aren't familiar with Double Fine, they produce really creative, innovative, smaller games now. They used to make AAA titles. Their last one was Brutal Legend, but their sales have never really met their critical reception. So they, in order to stay afloat, they've had to make smaller games. And what has happened now is that their last game was canceled because they're not getting the type of sales that publishers want. So Tim Schafer, the head of the studio, came up with an idea that he should maybe fund his next game, point-and-click adventure games, the games that Double Fine and Tim Schafer are known for, through Kickstarter. If you guys aren't familiar with Kickstarter, it's a site where people can basically chip in if they want to see a certain type of project get greenlit. And what they do is basically, it's not like a return on investment like you're gonna invest and then you'll see a share of the sales. The way it works is that you're kind of like pre-ordering that product. So you put what type of money you want to put into the project, and then you'll get that product once it's released. So what Double Fine did was they had a budget of $400,000. $100,000 was going to go to Two-Player Productions video studio. They were going to film Double Fine making the point-and-click adventure game, and the rest of the cost, $300,000, was going to go to developing the game itself. And so what happens was they put up the Kickstarter. It was supposed to be for 30 days to hit that deadline, and they actually ended up hitting that deadline in 8 hours and getting over $1 million worth of funding, which is pretty amazing. So what happened was now everyone's looking towards this Kickstarter model to say, hey, maybe if we can't get money from publishers, maybe we can look at this Kickstarter and get the funds we need to develop our own games, or maybe take games that maybe can't get finished because they ran out of funds, and maybe show the public, if you're interested in this game, help us finish this game up. And I really think this is a great way for developers to cut out the publisher and get directly to doing what they do best, developing games, and not worry about what they need to actually finish the product, and more worry about what type of game mechanics or the story, or just developing the game. I think this is a great way that we can towards the future just rely more on worrying about worry about what's the most important thing about games, is actually making the game, and worry less about trying to advertise and market the game. Another good example of this is Minecraft, who had no marketing, and it's a success, just based off of word of mouth. And I think people are passionate about video games, and they want to see different types of video games come out. Put your money where your mouth is. If you see a developer and they put up a Kickstarter, submit some money so that game could get finished. And I think Double Fine's a great example of someone's doing this for a long time, and I really think that they're a very talented developer, and they should continue to make games and not have to worry about being funded by a publisher in order for that game to come out. That way the publisher won't tell them what type of game to make, and they can make what type of game they're good at making it at, and eventually that's good for consumers, that's good for the developer. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more vlogs like this, and check out our site, Not2Nerdy.com. This is Drew from Not2Nerdy, and I'm out.